What's up everybody, Jay here, coming back with some more tips for World of Final Fantasy. And this time, I want to help you catch the rare Mirage, the Princess Goblin, but at the same time make it a 2-for-1 depending on your level. This one can also be a huge XP boost for you. So first, you can do this anytime after Chapter 5, but the closer to Chapter 5 that you do this, the more XP you will get. So keep that in mind, but the lower level you are, the tougher this will be. So first thing first, you either need to make sure you are starting Chapter 5 if you're doing this in story order, or you need to head back to Cornelia. From there, you want to head to the lower part of town and use the exit gate to head back to Ninewood Hills. Immediately heading into Ninewood Hills will give you a cutscene and an introduction to not only a new section of town, but a new person. So after meeting the girl who forgot her name, she's going to give you a little bit of a tutorial on what you can do with some of the Arma gems that you've gotten from a few of the boss fights. You can either trade them in for champion tokens, which will give you the summons of people like the Warrior of Light, or Tidus, or Squall, or Cloud, or you can use them to do intervene quests. So the big thing here to know is that once you trade in these gems, they are gone. So if you immediately buy the Warrior of Light token right here, you will not have a chance to do this until you defeat more bosses. So if you're doing this at a low level, do not buy the token right now and go straight to the intervene quests. The first quest you're going to get from her is the girl who forgot her name, which is going to cost you 2 of the Arma gems. So you should have 5 at this point if you've been doing the main story. If you do this a little further on, you might have some more. But if you're doing this right at the start of Chapter 5, you're going to have 5 Arma gems. So you'll use 2 of them here to pick up the girl who forgot her name. After a cutscene with the Warrior of Light, you're going to get into a battle with 2 goblins and a Bahamutian soldier. If I'm pronouncing those correctly, I always hate those words. This could be kind of a tough battle, especially at the low levels, but bring plenty of potions and you should be fine. The soldier himself isn't really weak to anything, so be ready for the long haul against this guy. He's got 2,000 health, which is a little bit more than most of the stuff you probably fought up to Chapter 5. So just stick with it and you should be fine. After that battle's done, you'll get another cutscene with Warrior of Light, and then an explanation from the girl who forgot her name, just on kind of what happens with these battles. After that, though, you can go back and talk to her again, and now she has a second quest for you. This one is named Where Art Thou Smoochy Poo, which is a great name. So spend another 2 Arma gems on this one, and load it up. You'll once again be given a cutscene involving the Warrior of Light, and this time the Princess and the Princess Goblin. Now this fight could be a little tougher than the fight before, but she does have a couple weaknesses. You can use wind and you can use ice against her. So if you did the Shiva boss battle earlier in the game, or if you use your Sylphie, your little fairy, you can have a little bit of an advantage. The one big thing that sucks with fighting her is that about the halfway point of her health, she'll start using Kira about every 6 turns, which will heal back for about 3 or 4 of your attacks, which can really slow this down. The bright side with these battles, though, is that once you buy them, once you use those Arma gems, even if you lose, you can automatically go back and do them again. So don't be too afraid to lose right here. If you do, you can regroup, you can go get more potions, you can rebuild your stack, make it a little easier on yourself, just in case you weren't prepared. So when you're done with the battle against the Princess Goblin, you're going to get another cutscene involving the Warrior, the Princess, and the Princess Goblin herself that is cringeworthy, hysterical, and dramatic all at the same time. After you return to the girls' tea room, you want to head to the North Promenade and to the vendor and buy the Flash Bomb. These sell for 600 gil, and you probably want about 3 of them. You could do more if you really want to be on the safe side. I bought 3 because that's what I could afford, and I only used 2 of them for this video. So your mileage will vary here. After you buy your bombs, you want to head back to Silver Park and use the gate to go back to Cornelia. And from there, head down out of town the same ways you did earlier in the game, and use this save point. This save point is going to be very crucial for this. So use the save point and then head out of this little section of the map. Immediately on the next screen, just right in front of you, you're actually going to see the Princess Goblin now there. She was not there earlier. There was nothing here in this section. Now you'll walk up to her and she will have a dialogue option. Simply talk to her and she'll initiate the battle. Now this part could be a little tricky. The Princess Goblin has a lot of health and is super strong, and she will one-shot you even in stacked form. So what I recommend is actually to unstack so she has a few extra targets, and so you have more chances to try to use items against her. So what you'll need to do is go into your inventory and use those flash bombs against her. Like I said, for mine, it took a couple, but if one can successfully hit, if she doesn't resist it, she will get the Prism Unity. So once you get that to work, defend with everybody else except for with Lawn and Rain, and as soon as it's one of their turns, use Prism and try to capture her. And there you go. As you saw here, it only took me one shot after getting the flash bomb to actually work. Now, depending on what level you did this at, is where the second big part of this comes in, and that's the XP. She is worth 45,194 XP. So if you did that at a low level, like right here, I did it as level 9, you see that I jump up 10 levels. And in this video too, you see that I lost Lawn during the fight, so you can see the difference in having somebody alive and having somebody dead for this fight. So I would also suggest, as you can see here, I only brought 4 extras with me just in case if I caught anything. Fill up all of those spots at that last save point so you can try to get as much out of this XP as possible. And there you have it. You have the Princess Goblin, a new Mirage that has the ability to use Cure and Raise and Protect and can blind and hits like a truck. And she is magnificent, especially for having it such a low level. So hopefully this video helped you out. If it did, leave a like, maybe subscribe. I appreciate all the help. I will have more tips for World of Final Fantasy, including my own playthrough that I'm putting up on the channel. So stay tuned if you want to see any more of that. Thank you once again. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Later.